Hey guys, what's up? It's TrueBroz01 here, and I just got saying a bite out of this video, and we are here today to talk about Halo 5 Big Team Battle. Yes, Big Team Battle has been out for about a week, and last night I got a gameplay finally worth showing. It is a 23-0 Stronghold game on one of the 4 maps released with Big Team Battle called Recurve. Now, let me just preface this with, or preface this by saying I'm going to be doing a little bit of talk about the aesthetics of the maps, which was the main critique of the maps when people were first seeing screenshots of it. But then I'm going to quickly go into how the maps play and how, personally, I think these maps are fucking awesomely designed. These 4 maps are some of the best Big Team Battle maps Halo has ever had, just period. They are freaking great. And I'm going to go into more detail about that. But first, let's talk about the aesthetic of the maps, which a lot of people were critical of when the game first showed the patch they were going to do about a week ago, and how they released screenshots, and there was a ton of people who were like, wow, these maps looked better in their original games, because all 4 maps were remakes. Let me see here. First, we have Basin, which was a remake of Valhalla. That's not this map. This map is Recurve, which is a remake of Longbow from Halo 4. We also have Guillotine, which was a remake of Headlong from Halo 2, and Deadlock, which is a really good remake of Standoff from Halo 3. Standoff in Halo 3, never a fan of. Guillotine, a really good map. Or, I mean, Deadlock, a really good map. And basically, personally, I think all 4 maps are just complete overhaul improvements on the maps they tried to recreate or are based off of. I think Basin's better than Valhalla. I think Basin's one of the best Big Team Battle maps ever. I think Guillotine's better than Headlong. I think Deadlock's way better than Standoff. I think Recurve is better than Longbow. I think every single map is an improvement and is an insanely good Big Team Battle map. They all just flow so well. And this is what I was kind of talking about in my first impressions of the Halo multiplayer itself, was that the gameplay itself just flows. And these maps really help kind of take that arena-based flow of the game and transfer it to a bigger scale, which personally I don't think you get with Warzone. One of the reasons why I don't like Warzone is because, oh, by the way, here's a pretty sick overkill. Oh, never mind. That's later in the video. Sorry. Oops, spoilers. But with Warzone, you really don't get the feeling that you are you just don't get the flow you get in Big Team Battle and everything else. Because with Warzone, it kind of feels like once the first 3 minutes have happened, and you kind of have how the bases are laid out and everything, it doesn't really change, and it kind of seems kind of snowbally and kind of stagnant, you know? Well, Big Team Battle, it's always changing, the dynamics are always changing, and, you know, it just feels good to play. And the maps really help complement that very well. But let's go back to what I was talking about before, and that's the aesthetic. A lot of people were hating on it. Personally, now that we've gotten more than just screenshots, there's not as many people bitching about it. The maps are alright in terms of aesthetic. For Forge maps, they actually look better than previous games' Forge maps, especially Halo 4, especially Reach, especially Halo 3. They all look better than those kind of Forge maps. They do look more blocky and kind of not realistic, but that's kind of to be expected from Forge maps. You can't make them look as if they are completely 100% designed by, you know, the designers and stuff like that. But they look passable. I mean, it was a complete overreaction. People just shitting on the maps because of a couple screenshots of how they looked. That's just my opinion, though. I think they look fine, and if you're gonna really be anal about stuff like that, it's whatever. In terms of gameplay, Basin is a complete upgrade from Valhalla. Valhalla is like one of the most dear maps to a lot of people's hearts, and I think Basin is just a really sick improvement on that. It really works with Halo 5. The big, you know, you got the side routes and everything, but the big tower or the big building in the middle of the map really helps it kind of even out, and it makes the map just less open and makes it more viable to kind of go on your own, be a lone wolf and just take people down constantly. It really makes it flow well, really makes it sick. Guillotine is very similar to Headlong. I don't really think it changed anything really. Guillotine, I'm actually like 99% sure Guillotine didn't change a thing with Headlong. I think it's like almost basically the same. So I'm not really gonna go into that. Headlong's obviously a very good big team battle map, and it's always been. It was good in Halo 2. It's good now. Fits pretty well. There's mantises on it now and stuff like that. It's still a good map. That's the one I've had the least amount of time to play with. Have not played with it all that much because I've just been getting like Deadlock and Basin and Recurve so much. Deadlock, it's based on Standoff. Absolutely fantastic map. Standoff in Halo 3 was a very meh map. They turned it into one of the... I'd say it's probably the third best. My first is Basin, second Recurve, and Deadlock's probably my third. But it's based off of Standoff. It's just a complete better map. It's symmetrical, completely symmetrical. Has a lot of routes, has a lot of different ways that you could go around the map, and just so many options with how you want to play the maps. And then last we have Recurve, which is based on Longbow and Halo 4. I never played Halo 4 too much, so I don't really have that much experience with Longbow. I remember it actually being a pretty decent map. And I don't actually remember... Recurve I don't think is that similar, like it's based off of it, so it kind of has some of the same principles. But Recurve is a fantastic map. You have the whole snipe ledge, you have the tank, everything just flows really well. Everything is interconnected. Just a really good map. And I have to hand it to the forgers that made these maps and like the design team that helped them out to make them run well and make them flow well. Like these maps are really, really good. And overall, Big Team Battle and just the newest patch for Halo 5 has just been on fire. It's just been kicking ass. Really good patch, really good game so far, and I really hope they could keep it up. Just keep adding maps, keep adding content, make the game, you know, add social playlists, shit like that. Make Big Team Battle, for Christ's sake, a social playlist. Add team doubles. Like, with a little bit of refinement, like, Halo 5 could be definitely one of the best Halos by far. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. That's a 23-0 gameplay of Big Team Battle. Hope you enjoyed some of my sniping. Hope you enjoyed my overkill, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe.